Welcome back. I hope you had something to take. Coffee, tea, or perhaps uji. I prefer uji. But nonetheless, right now, we're about to go into something that Michael has been enjoying. His sugar levels are so high that he had to take a break. But now we continue with his review of the BMW E90 320i. Look at him smiling.
So, I say this car was ugly. You may not agree with me. Why don't we just walk around the car and I tell you why I think they messed it up, detail by detail. You ready to go? Let's go. So guys, this is the best angle to look at this car from the side, because the proportions are just right. The wheel is in the right position towards the back. It could have moved a tad further back to give more room in the front, in the back seat. But look at the tire. Now that's what a tire should do. It should fill the tire well. That clearance looks very low, but so far I've managed all the bumps. These beautiful Regno Bridgestone tires have just given me perfect joy. Now let's look at the front. This, after 2009, they got rid of this and the bonnet just came right straight. They fixed it. These lights, I'm not so sure. Not the best. They fixed that in the current model. But this is exactly what I don't like. Apart from the X3, this is the other vehicle that just annoys me totally in terms of design. But what makes this particular unit look good is this carbon fiber splitter. It just gives that car a very nice profile. Now let's go to the back and I show you what else I don't like about this car. Something just doesn't sit right. Something doesn't sit right. Again, they fixed it in the model that came after this. It just looks awkward. It's a convergence of shapes and it's not together. Maybe a bit of chrome would have helped here, just to make it not look so bulky. But that's the work of the designers. More importantly, the car drives well. And I've been enjoying myself the whole day. I don't think I've had enough yet. Have you? I think we should get back in and drive some more. But before we do that, let's look at the interior. How good is this car? Now, this is with the driver's seat in the correct position. Lots of legroom and headroom. Headrests. Now this headrest, for me, presents a problem because visibility from the back isn't so good. But I can chill out like this. Cup holders that work finally. Pretty good, pretty good. Almost as spacious as the old 5 Series. So very good space at the back. And like I said, the safest place to be in this car, 5-star safety. So let's go to the front where you should be in any BMW. So this is where I'd rather be. What has changed is the angle. The angle was very driver-centric. This one still is. Not the same as the previous models. Everything else looks just fine, the right place. I mean, if you're holding your gear shifter, you can reach out to everything that is here. The steering wheel, decked with leather, that's a good thing. What I would ask you to do is make sure yours comes with the controls, because that allows you to change your channels and everything else right here. This one doesn't have cruise control. If it did, it would be a different stock here because they moved it away from the steering wheel. Blind spots, not as bad. I mean, it's thick for your own safety. Let's sit on the inside. Maybe we should drive some more, because that's what this car is meant to do. Drive, drive, drive. Are you ready? Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
Okay, Mike, enough. You've had enough. That was too much fun. Yes, I agree.
Do you accept the reasons why BMW is the leading luxury brand in the world?
Well, drivers...
Audi playing catch up.
Yes, but I would prefer...
Mercedes
I would prefer,
wishing.
I would prefer a much more balanced package.
Ah, come on, Trevor.
Yes.
There's a lot to choose from.
Yes.
This one is designed to give that kind of pleasure.
Yes.
That kind of pleasure. Later in this program, Trevor will be walking the dog. something he calls pet walking. Yes. Jumping out of the car and walking alongside the car as it drives. Makes no sense to me, but makes sense to him. So as we wait to watch Trevor walk the dog, or pet walk as he calls it, let's learn something about road safety. We want you to be safe. We don't want Kenyans to lose their lives.
True that.
So watch this very carefully. It will help you drive your cars better.
There is nothing more important than the safety of your child. Right from the first journey from hospital, it is a duty of you as a parent to ensure that your child is safe during travel. Unintentional injury is the #1 leading cause of deaths in children. And more children die in car accidents than in any other form of unintentional injury. Today on Autovault, we'll be talking about the importance of using a car seat. The best car seat is not always the most expensive one. It's the one that best suits your child's weight, height, age, as well as your car. Once you select a car seat, be sure to try it out, keeping in mind that seat illustrations and displays might not always show the correct usage. Remember, it is up to you to learn how to install a car seat properly and harness your child for the ride. That's it for Autovault Safety. Catch you next week. Until then, drive safe.
Yes, you can now see the capability of the Isuzu D-Max. Tough, strong, reliable, and fun. Now today, there's something interesting that you need to know. There's something called pet walk, and it's related to its four-wheel drive capability. Now, if you're navigating a very tough place, boulders, rocks, and you can't see ahead, this particular feature helps you to navigate the car easily while avoiding boulders. And the best part is, you can be outside the car. This particular feature is very useful, and you've seen it in the Ford Ranger, but this particular one for the Isuzu is one of the best things I've ever done to this car. So join me as I show you how it's done. This is going to be awesome. Check it out. Yes. So, get in the car, step on the clutch, engage gear 1, then select 4 low, which I've just done. Select first gear, and then handbrake down, and my foot off the clutch slowly, and there you go. So as you can see, I can actually get out and just guide the car easily. So I can see the boulders when the car is going, and look, my hands are out. I'm not driving the car, but this is the best thing about this. So, food for thought. Toyota, Hilux, are you going to be better than this? Ford Ranger, are you going to be better than this? We're going to put these cars to test. So join me next week as I take these cars for a run. Cheers and see you guys.
So what kind of power do I have in this car? Just 110 kilowatts. What about the torque? 200 Newton meters of torque. Far much less than the equivalent diesel. This car seems to be at its element at around 100 kilometers an hour. That seems to be the sweet spot for this engine. That's at 100. My revs are at 5,000, going towards 5,500, 5,700, 6,000 revs, and climbing to the red line. I'm redlining it now. Whoa, this car is flying. But how I wish I was in the 330 with 190 kilowatts. That would be something else. But then it would cost me quite a bit. So which would be the best engine for this car? I'm torn between the 323 with 150 kilowatts, the 325 with 160 kilowatts, and the 328 with 170 kilowatts of power. Now those cars will just make you go gaga. I'm not sure Trevor had enough fun with this car because he's been whining and talking about diesel, 2-liter diesel.
Yes.
Trevor, man, this car, man.
A BMW needs more.
It needs more.
Yes, it needs more. Being the petrol head that I am, minus being the diesel person, I would go for the M3, hey, 4-liter V8.
Now, Trevor owns a petrol station. Let's say you did not own a petrol station. Which one would you go for?
If I was to put my reasoning hat, then the 330i.
Now,
definitely.
that's the car. That's the car from my own heart.
Yes.
That engine is just sweet. 6 cylinders, perfect car. All right, let's talk about body style.
Yes.
There's the E90, E91, E92, E93.
Yes.
Which one would you go for?
Of course, the E90. I'm a saloon kind of guy.
Ah, come on, man. You're single, man. You're single.
Yes.
I'm sure you will not agree with Trevor that the E90 is the best of the lot. I think the convertible, Trevor, looks just amazing.
I forgot about the convertible.
Because with a car this ugly, I mean, look at that front. This guy's just messed this car. They bungled this car up totally. It only looks good in the coupe because the lights are different. This lights, man, it looks like a praying mantis.
Yeah.
It just looks odd.
You get in trouble with all the Beamer fans, but nonetheless,
I am a proper Beamer fan, you know that, Trevor. But this car, they messed up. But luckily, this design came after the 5 Series and the 7 Series before it.
Yes.
Those ones were extremely controversial. So by the time this one came, it looked good. As in, you know the way you have an ugly sister and then you come along, a younger sister looks a little better than the older sister? That's what happened. Guys, that's it from us. See you all next week, and I hope you had fun. We had fun ourselves.
We did. Drive safe, guys.
Cheers.